All right, we are live. Hello, and welcome to my channel, Inviting Possibilities. My name's Rochelle,
And my name is Dorian.
my helper, and I am here to do a reading. I was doing a 30-day challenge, and I completed that.
And so now it's super hard to think of a title.
Yeah,
Saying day something.
that's right. We don't really know what to title it. So, yeah, it'll probably just be whatever the message from the cards is. But we don't know what that is yet because we haven't picked the cards. So, to begin with, Dorian has picked
the Spirit Animal deck
by Colette Baron Reed. And I'm just going to pick one of those cards because I'm super unfamiliar with that deck, and the cards are, yeah, I'm kind of getting to know them.
And so we're also doing the Numerology
Dorian likes this deck. He continues to be drawn to this one.
Because there's numbers.
Oh, you like the numbers? Yeah, he likes math a little bit. All right, so we're going to start with the animal. So I can get that out of the way, get the hardest thing out of the way, and then I can slide into home with numerology. Okay, so do you want to pick? We're going to pick the animal cards first. Do you want to pick a card? We'll do it on camera. What do we have?
Fox Spirit.
What does it say?
Think on your feet.
Think on your feet, number 27. All righty. One reader that I follow, she just says, oh, you know, if this is the number on the card, then this is the number for you. So if you see 27 anywhere, it's a sign that this message is for you. Let's see. I'm looking in my book. Here we go. Think on your feet. Okay, so this card says, be alert now, for Fox Spirit has appeared, and you are meant to move swiftly. Let this clever spirit draw out your creativity as you adjust to rapidly changing circumstances with resilience, grace, and astuteness. Fox Spirit helps you to think on your feet, using your best judgment and wits to help you slip into a more advantageous situation. Now is not a time to hesitate, but a time for swift action of the mind. A time to think outside the box and notice the many ways in which you might make a move, aware of your surroundings, and always clear on what you deserve and wish to co-create. Trust that your cleverness, guided by Fox Spirit, will serve you well. It really, I can't help but feel like this is speaking to the message that keeps coming through over and over again. And I keep thinking, okay, like maybe I'm reading into, like, I have this idea in my mind of this message that I've been getting. And so all the cards that I pick just kind of, you know, it's like I'm making them fit the situation. But honestly, reading this, I can't help but relate it to what's been coming up. Now, if you have not seen any of my other videos, let me just briefly say, you people right now, and Charlie, here's little Charlie, and Dorian, and yeah, the bunch of us are being, shall we say, primed for a new phase in our lives, a new journey, something that is potentially totally unfamiliar, but something that has been calling to us for a long time and really lights us up when we think about it. And the fact that this is saying, let this clever spirit draw your creativity as you adjust to rapidly changing circumstances with resilience, grace, and astuteness, feels very much like it's speaking to this situation where we are very quickly moving into circumstances in our lives that are going to completely change our lives as we know it. I feel like in a very short time, what we see now or what we have been seeing is going to it's like our lives are going to do a complete 180 and everything is going to look completely different than it does now. And it's due to the fact that we are following this deep inner call, this something that is drawing us forward, pushing us forward, pulling us forward. It's like, it's almost as if like we try to resist it, it might slow the process a little bit, but there's no stopping it. And so, yeah, it's like we might as well embrace the call, embrace this feeling that is getting stronger and louder inside. And this card, this fox, is all about your ability to adapt to these swift changes. I don't know what else to say about that. It's not a time to hesitate, but take swift action. Take those steps, and they don't have to be big, but just consistent. And I think that even if you don't, I feel like if you don't take the action, then events are going to line up in such a way where you're sort of going to be forced into it anyway. So you might as well just go for it and make the transition a little bit easier. Yeah, you've got the cleverness, you've got all the tools you need. So step forward and go for it and realize this crazy, amazing dream that is coming. All right. Looks like Dorian has picked some numerology cards already. So let's see. What's the first one?
Patience, number 2.
Yes, having patience. Because here I am talking about this amazing thing that's going to happen and the big change, and it could be coming very quickly. And yet, right here in this moment, if you're like me and you're like, well, I'm taking the steps, but I'm really not seeing a lot of much of any transformation of, it can seem like, oh, well, I don't know, like, this is silly. What's the point? I need to be logical and reasonable. I can't just leave my job to, travel around the world. I can't just, I don't know, like there's so many different things for me. I'm doing this channel, which is like, I don't know a whole lot about YouTube. I have a whole lot to learn. And so far I haven't really had the time to do the things to build my channel so I can get the subscribers. I can potentially make it more of a lucrative kind of thing that I could, actually make it be what I do in the world. Um, yes, awesome. But so the patience card is essentially saying, like, there's such a thing as divine timing. And essentially that means that things fall into place, things line up when they're supposed to. People are put in our paths, on our paths. Circumstances kind of converge in certain ways when we're ready, when the timing is right. And so it might feel like, I I don't I don't know if this thing will ever manifest into anything substantial. But it's not, the point is to not worry about what's going to eventually happen, but to enjoy the journey, to enjoy the process, to take those steps because it feels good, because it feeds you and it feeds that part of you that has really been wanting this thing. And the patience is, it's comes into play with that trust that it's going to eventually turn into something. It's going to eventually work out. Yeah. And, really in life, regardless of the situation, we can all use a little bit of practice with flexing that patience muscle. So, yeah. How about the other card? Should I just grab that one or you want to do it? Okay. You picked another one. Is this the one? All right.
Share it like the video.
What?
It's on a camera.
I don't know if you can. But yeah, it's okay. Go ahead and show the card.
Personal growth number 7.
Personal growth. I mean, I don't know how to say it any better than that, than what I've already said. We are on this journey and it's all about personal growth. And as we take those steps, we are going to naturally grow into ourselves, grow into this new way of being and this new way of living. Yeah, it's awesome. I want to pick one more. I'm feeling one more. Here, I'm going to spread them. And you pick the one that calls to you. Which one? Which card will it be? All right. We get spirituality. If you're here on my channel, there's a really good chance that you have some kind of spiritual leaning. For a long time, I had a hard time defining what spirituality meant for me, even though I considered myself a spiritual person. And what I've come to sort of what resonates with me is that we are spiritual beings having a human experience. And in embracing that idea, how do I explain it? It's like tapping in to all of the energy that's around us, all of the unseen stuff. And, people talk about it in all different ways. But it's knowing that we are connected. And I keep doing this like it's outside of ourselves, but really, if you want to call it whatever higher power you want to call it, it's within us. We are literally a part of it. And I said this in an early video, but I think of it like a hand where we are the fingers. Each one of us is a finger, and we are all connected to the higher power, to the one source. And so we are connected to each other through this source, to the source and through the source. And we are also part of the source. So in this journey that we are on, moving into this new part of our lives, when we can remember this, that there's so much more to us than this 3D us with the five senses, that our intuition, our frequency of how we are vibrating, literally, is very much a part of this deeper self. And something that keeps drawing my attention is that personal growth and spirituality are both sevens. So now we have 3 sevens here. And for me, one of the signs from the universe that I often get are 3 of the same number. And it's sort of a sign to me that I'm on the right path. And sometimes it's pointing to something that's said, or it's pointing to a thought that I'm having, or maybe a song that's playing. But always it brings me back to the knowing that I'm not just a person alone doing the life thing by myself, that I am connected, that I am supported, that I have what I consider a spiritual entourage. Some people call it their guardian angels or their spirit guides, or, a lot of people are into God, the idea of God, whatever that is for you. That is something to draw upon as you move forward on this journey, that you are being propelled toward or onto this new path. So there it is. I'm just going to leave it at that. And what, you want to read something? You want to read what it says? Yeah, he wants to read a little bit. Apparently there's more. Let's hear it.
This card indicates a need to enhance your connection to the divine to improve your relationship with yourself, as well as your quality of life. You're not a human being having a spiritual experience. You're a spiritual being having a human experience. And your relationship with Source is your path to inner peace. Mm-hmm. When you find your way to God, you find your way back home.
Yeah. Yep. That just pretty
Did you say
much
everything in that book?
No, but I feel like I don't need to. I feel like that really cemented it for me. Just remember to draw upon that deeper, higher part of yourself, because it knows what's up, and the more you trust, the more open you are, the more in the flow you are, and the easier this journey will be. So, okay. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a wonderful night and a wonderful tomorrow. And Charlie says bye-bye. Dorian says bye-bye. And we will see you on the next video. Mwah.
Bye.
Wow.
Okay.